start. All right. Hi everyone, it's Global Scholarships and I'm your host Az. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is going great. And today we are here with another weekly live stream. If you're new here, every Friday we do live streams on both YouTube and Facebook, and every Thursday we do live streams on TikTok. But what we have on Fridays and not Thursdays is Ayman. Ayman is here with me. Hi Ayman, how are you? How are you doing?
Hi Az. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Great. I'm doing well too. Thank you very much. So everyone, basically the live stream is about we go over a couple of scholarship opportunities, but like Friday live streams are more about like Q&A. So if you have any questions that like they don't have to be about the specific scholarship that we are talking about, they don't have to be about the specific school we are talking about. If you have any questions about like scholarships, studying abroad, or maybe like your specific situation, a lot of people come to our live streams and ask like, I'm from this country, I'm from like I want to study this, like here's like my English proficiency test score is this, my SAT score is this, like what advice can you give it to me? So like you can ask really questions about your own specific situation, but like more detailed the question, better we can help you. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Don't wait for me to like finish what I'm talking about. Just ask them whenever you feel like it, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Other than that, we're going to see a couple of scholarship opportunities today. Now, this is our website, globalscholarships.com. So we have a lot of information here for people who want to study abroad, who are looking for scholarship opportunities and etc. So as you can see, we have like here courses, articles about scholarships. You can just click on any of these and go and like see guides and tests and documents and etc. And then of course we have in our homepage, we have our search tool, which is an incredibly helpful tool, which is completely free. Let me just share the link, by the way. It's completely free. You don't need to create an account or anything. You can just go to our homepage right now and use this search tool. Basically how we use it is you can just come here and type in anything that you're interested in. Let's say United States, if you want to study in the United States, right? And click here and you go, and as you can see, these are our search results. About 1,800 scholarships in the United States are in our database. You can filter them by degree, let's say master, by scholarship type, let's say full tuition, deadline, let's say only the open ones that are currently open ones, subject, let's say, I don't know, data science or something, and hang on, right? And then as nationality, let's say Turkey, right? I'm from Turkey. So as you can see, we have about 83 scholarships here. So basically you can filter them and see all the available scholarships for you. And if you're interested in any of these, for example, we have university fellowship here. You can just click on them and go to our page for that scholarship, which will give you quite a lot of information about the, like, as you can see, we have this summary here, level of study, like master's, tuition, and etc. The nationalities, we have coverage, what it covers. As you can see, this one covers full tuition and partial fee, stipend, assistantship, stipends, and etc. Quite a lot of things. We have eligibility criteria of the scholarship. We have deadlines, and we have application procedure. And if you have any more questions, you can just leave a comment here, and usually Hyun Lee, our founder, will answer them for you. So basically this is a great search tool. Like if you don't know what opportunities do you have for studying in a certain country, maybe you want to study in Europe or anything, so you can find them using the search tool, completely free, nothing needed really, not even like an account or anything. So yeah, it's an amazing tool. I really highly advise you to use it. Anyway, so other than that, I'm going to start looking at our scholarships for today that we've picked. And again, if you have any questions at any point, hi there. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask them whenever, right? So the first scholarship of the day is, is Global 30 Undergraduate Scholarship at Nagoya University in Japan, right? This is for bachelor students. It's in Nagoya University. It's a university in Japan that is not in Tokyo. There are scholarships for ASU International Students, ASU. Sorry. Eamon, do you want to answer this one? I'm not sure what that really means.
Yeah. Do they mean Arizona State University?
Arizona, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you probably can show them better than I can tell them about the scholarships. I think we have the scholarships in the database.
Yes, so this is the university's page, like the page for the university that we have, and as you can see, it has all the necessary information, location, population. That's a very large school, and they have 3 scholarships here. I'm just gonna share the link with you, right? And you can look into. So if you just like either scroll down or just click on scholarships, it will take you to the scholarships. And as you can see, for undergraduates, we have New American University Scholarship. For graduates, we have graduate appointments and assistantships and graduate college enrichment fellowship. So you can click on any of these that you're interested in. For example, this one, New American University Scholarship. It's for bachelors. It's partial funding, no nationalities, no subjects, specific subjects. Like you can just apply with any subject. Admission deadline is November the 1st. As you can see, this partially funded scholarship for international students covers study costs. Exact amount varies, and just need to be an international bachelor student. If you want to get even more information, you can come here under the eligibility criteria, click here to go to the university's page for the scholarship, which will give you even further information. And as you can see, we have criteria here, location, additional criteria, GPA. Kind of vague, if I'm being honest. And if you want even more information, you can use this contact info to ask about this specific scholarship. So I'm just guessing that you are a bachelor student. But if you are a graduate student, as you can see, you have 2 other options here: graduate appointments and assistantships, and graduate college enrichment fellowships. You're an undergraduate. Is there any scholarship that I can apply for, and do scholarships require acceptance letters first? So yeah, if you're an undergraduate student, this one might be for you. This one is just like from the school. By the way, there are other scholarships, of course, that are from like other institutions. Maybe Eamon can give you a better. Hang on, let me just pin this one. We're gonna answer them in a second. What do you think, Eamon? They are saying, like, is there any scholarships that I can apply for, and the scholarships require acceptance letters first?
So you're an undergraduate student. Does that mean you want to apply for an undergraduate degree abroad, or do you want to apply for a master's, for example? Because if you're an undergraduate right now, do you plan on starting an undergraduate degree from scratch abroad, as in apply for first year again? I'm not sure if you're the first, second year, so that would still be undergraduate. That's my first question. And what country do you want to apply to? And that's also important to know before I can really answer your question. As far as acceptance letters, so there are scholarships where you need to be accepted in some universities in order to be eligible for the scholarship, like the Chevening in the UK. So you need, I believe, 3 unconditional acceptances from different universities in order to qualify. But for the most part, you apply for scholarships at the time you apply for admission, and then automatically, if you get accepted, there's a chance that you get a scholarship. But you can get an acceptance letter or an offer letter without getting a scholarship as well. So uh, getting accepted is not really indicative of whether you're going to get a scholarship or not.
Okay.
So I think the general advice that I can give if you want to study in the United States is to go for universities and colleges that just offer financial aid based on the student's need rather than just uh, merit-based scholarships, because those are very competitive. Not that financial need isn't, but there are more chances to get financial aid than it is to get a scholarship, because generally scholarships are for a very, very limited number of students. So sometimes it's just 10, sometimes 5, sometimes it's 3. But for most universities that offer financial aid in the United States, I can see that they offer uh, packages for 100 students, 200 students, up to 400, 500. So there are more chances to get financial aid in those universities. And again, so we have this page on our website, which is globalscholarships.com/financial aid, where you can find the average aid that most colleges give to international students, their admission policies, the number of students that receive financial aid, and you can tell where you have more chances. So, for example, if you look at Pace College, which is on top, they gave 300 students uh, financial aid. So that's a good college to apply to if you're an international student in need of funding your education. And then I think for the person who asked about ASU, I think they give financial aid, but it's not really that significant. I'm not sure even if we have it on the list, but I checked their common data set, and they probably offer about $16,000 on average in scholarships or aid.
Right. So this is the page we are talking about, and so also one thing that we're gonna see one financial aid today. By the way, it's like one of the one of today's scholarships. One thing that can be useful here, by the way, I think, Eamon, like if these institutions were clickable, like we could click, for example, on let's say Agnes Scott College here to go to their page. I think that might be a better way to help people navigate. So yeah, thank you very much, Eamon. So one other viewer asks, I am senior high school. Can I get fully funded scholarship in USA and Europe? Application fees
Yeah.
are... Sorry, go ahead.
No, just for that question, it is definitely possible, but that just depends on your GPA, your extracurriculars. It depends on a lot of things. The SAT, many universities are test optional, which means that they don't really require the SAT or ACT, and would only consider it if the applicant themselves just asks the university to consider their score because of their low GPA, for example. But there are many universities and colleges that don't even consider the SAT for admission. Yeah, so one thing is your GPA, the second thing is your extracurriculars, and then anything that would set you apart from all the applicants. Um, I think the first filter is always your GPA. So they look at all the applicants' GPAs, and then they take all the applicants with perfect scores, and then they start filtering um, through these applications by looking at your um, letter of motivation or your essay, your letters of recommendation, your extracurriculars. They take all of those into account, and then they just get to a specific number of students. So they are uh, there's there's a limited number of scholarships that they can give, especially fully funded, and those only go to the top applicants. I am not sure. So you have a great GPA, but you know, yeah. So you need to be involved in. Uh, I mean, 2.38 on what scale? So on a scale of 4, that's very low.
So
But
by the
you
way,
need to be.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that for extracurriculars, you need to be involved in your community, in some clubs to show some that you have the leadership qualities they're looking for. Um, like some people have uh, some great achievements. They start organizations. They lead groups of people in doing things, and that goes a long way because if you just apply for a scholarship, you can read their goals uh, as to why they want to give these scholarships, and in general, they want these qualities in the people who receive the scholarship, because eventually they will be alumni of the university, and also they will be ambassadors uh, of sorts for the scholarship. So they need to represent these values the scholarship is advocating, and you need to have those qualities before you apply and not after. And the scholarship will only help you hone those skills. Um, yeah. So, oh, so it wasn't the same person who said
No,
that
no, no.
they're. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
So one of our viewers asked about like they actually said application fees are so expensive. I shared a couple of links about like free application universities. The second one is for free application, like this page. We also have a video on our YouTube channel about free application universities in United States, but we see like 7, I believe 9 or something. This article shows you about 32 United States universities with no application fees. So, like if you're interested in that, you might want to check it out too. My GPA is 3 point. By the way, having a low GPA during your education is not something to be embarrassed about. You can like until you are graduated, you have more time to fix that. And like if you are graduated if you graduate with a low GPA, you can always use your master's degree to increase your GPA, cumulative GPA, and etc. My GPA is 3.9. Should I apply for merit scholarship or another? What do you think?
Definitely, yeah. So you can apply for merit-based scholarships. Usually, even the tiered ones, like the highest tier starts at 3.2, 3.5. So that's a great GPA for merit scholarships. You definitely should go for that. And like, I think the biggest piece of advice I can give to anyone is apply to as many universities and scholarships as possible. Because you never know. Um, if you apply for a few scholarships or just one or two, the chances are you're just not gonna get lucky. But if you apply too many, one of them is, or more than one, hopefully, is going to work. That's one thing. And I think another tip is that many universities uh, actually give you the option of waiving the application fee if you indicate that while applying. So if you indicate that the application fee is going to be out of so it's not possible for you because of your financial situation, they would waive that. So there are many universities that state that on their website. They tell you that we're willing to waive it if you just tell us that it's gonna be too much for you to pay for that because of your financial situation.
Thank you very much, Ayman. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Right, back to this scholarship, the first scholarship of the day. It's for bachelor students. It is full funding. There are no specific nationalities or specific subjects for this one. Any subject offered at Nagoya University will do. Yeah, as I was saying, Nagoya is a very good university in Japan, but it's also not in Tokyo. You might see that as like a positive or a negative thing. One positive thing about that is that Tokyo is an extremely expensive place to live in. So, like, if you study in Nagoya, your like financial expenses will be quite more affordable. And admission deadline is December 31. What it covers payment of tuition fees for 4 years, reimbursement of registration fee through monthly installments, annual stipend of 500,000 Japanese yen for living costs for 4 years. Now, this covers about, I think, 4 or 5 months of your financial expenses based on the information that university gives, which we'll see in a second. And eligibility criteria, you have to be a non-recipient of government or private scholarship worth more than 500,000 Japanese yens annually. So basically, you can't like have this if you have already a large scholarship, basically. And the university, as I said, it's in Japan. It's not a very large university. It's not like, it doesn't have quite a lot of scholarships, but basically it's a really good university that has like a lot of Nobel Prize winners in its alumni. So it's a really good, it's a university that has quite good quality of education. We have here, by the way, this is our page for the university. And as you can see, we have quite a lot of information here from like the admission process, the deadlines, tuition fees. And as you can see, tuition fee for this school is about $3,500 US, which is pretty much the same amount that you're gonna get for this scholarship stipend. If you want to see where the university is and what it looks like, you can just go to Google Maps and see where it is. As you can see, it's in Japan and not in Tokyo here, but here in Nagoya, which is another city. So this is the university. Basically, as I said, like it has a very good quality of education, very good alumni. A lot of successful people graduated from this university. If you want to study in Japan, and if you don't have a lot of funds to cover your expenses, this might be a really good idea, because like Tokyo, as I said, I think it was like the second most expensive city in the world. So this might be a much more affordable option for you. So basically, this is the university, right? And the scholarship, if you want to get more information about the scholarship, oh, hang on, let me share the link. I always keep forgetting about this one. There's the link. So basically, if you want to get more information, you can come and see under eligibility criteria here, Global 30 undergraduate scholarship pages, which will take you to the university's page, right? So the university's page for the scholarship, and as you can see, we have tuition and finances here. They have annual tuition fee, registration fee, and etc., which like you're gonna have to pay this, but then like it will be reimbursed if you get this scholarship. So they will pay this back to you. Hang on, this one, yeah, this one. So as I said, they give you like a forecast of monthly living expenses here. which is about 100,000 Japanese yens, which is 1/5 of the stipend they will give you with this one, which is about, hang on, let me just look in. Yeah, I remember. It's about like $600, $650, which is much more affordable than what you're gonna have to face in Tokyo. As you can see, we have different parts of the living expenses, accommodation here, utilities, food, insurance, and other. And then you can get more information about the scholarships here, how to apply for these, right? How to apply. Basically, applicants who wish to be considered for the scholarships, both Global 30 and Next scholarships, and submit all required documents during an application period will be automatically considered as candidate. So basically, you don't download the scholarship application form, which is here. You can download by here. Print and fill out the form, scan the completed application form and income statement separately, and save them to your computer. Log in to online application system, upload the scanned application form and income statement. Basically, you apply for this while applying for the university. We have eligibility requirements here, which is pretty much the same. Yeah. Satisfy Nagoya University's undergraduate admissions eligibility criteria. So, and then we have selection. Academic and non-academic criteria and extracurricular activities will be evaluated. And if you want to download the application form, here it is. You can just click here, right? To give them this information, sponsors, financial information, full name, email address, etc. Annual income, annual expense, currency exchange rate. Be careful about this one. Numbers can be like, numbers can be quite, can cause quite a lot of problems here. And then signature. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the Global 30 undergraduate scholarship at Nagoya University. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
I mean, there's nothing much to add except for that it's a good opportunity. It's a good city, affordable one, to be able to survive at around $500 to $700 a month. That is quite affordable, even if for students who don't get the scholarship, the tuition fees are reasonably priced. So $3,500 a month is what I mean a year. That's quite good. Yeah, I mean it's a great university to consider, regardless of whether you get the scholarship. If you have the means and you can afford it, it's just a great option in general. So even if you just forget about the scholarship, it's a great university in terms of like the academic reputation, and then in terms of just it being chosen from a financial point of view, where you can afford like 3,500 a year in comparison to the 50,000, 60,000 in the United States. So I would just rather go for this university. So yeah, for students who have the ability to afford that, I guess you can definitely consider it as an option. Apply for the scholarship, and if you get the scholarship, it's a bonus. If not, you're just going to a top university at an affordable price.
Yeah, also like about $600-700 a month is like more affordable than pretty much every city you would live in the United States, for example. It's very like when you want it, like if you're planning to study in Japan, living expenses or maybe in South Korea, living expenses might be one of the most important issues that you have to keep in mind. But like $600-700 a month is not that high when like even compared to a lot of places like United States, where you also have to like figure out the whole tuition fee problem. So yeah, all in all, a very great opportunity actually. And Japan in general has a very good reputation about education too. So yeah, thank you very much. Okay, this was again Global 30 Undergraduate Scholarship at Nagoya University. I think it's a good option if you want to study in Japan. Anyway, I don't see any new questions on either side, so I'm gonna move on to our next scholarship of the day, and we were talking about financial aid, and this is a financial aid at Yale University. Basically, it's for bachelor students. It's in Yale University. It's full funding, meaning it covers more than tuition fees. There are no specific nationalities. All subjects offered at Yale are accepted. And as you can see, the admission and scholarship deadlines are in November the 1st. So basically, this covers your 100% of your demonstrated needs. Now, what does demonstrated needs mean? Hang on, let me share the link to... so basically, for financial aids, they cover your demonstrated needs, sometimes 100% of it. And basically what it means is that you give them a lot of information about your financial situation, like your family's income, your family's like tax information, and etc. And the university takes that and says, okay, so basically to be able to study in this university, you're gonna need this much money. And from your family's financial situation, you can see that your family can cover this amount of money. And so we're going to give you the rest, right? Basically, it's going to cover your financial expenses that your family cannot cover. And there is no eligibility criteria. Basically, you need to be an international bachelor student or applicant of Yale University. As you can see, the application procedure is like here it is. You go to something called CSS, which is College Scholarship Service. Basically, you create a profile in that platform. Actually, hang on, let me just show it to you. What CSS is, what it looks like, right? So here it is. Like basically, it is a platform where you create a profile and can apply for quite a lot of like about $10 billion in non-federal aids. So basically, like, it's a really great platform if you are looking for financial aid. And these types of financial aids, like especially the ones in the United States, you need to create a profile here, give them information about your financial situation, and then the university will decide whether to give you this financial aid. Yale University, I don't think there's much to say about this one. Like, everybody knows Yale. So it's a very good university, extremely high-ranking university. And if you are interested in studying here, we have how to apply in university tutorial video in our YouTube channel. You can see here, right? So we have the application deadlines here, and as you can see, we have the tuition fees, which are quite high, like $60,000 are like the higher limits of even for United States. This is every year, by the way, $60,000 every year. So quite a lot of people cannot afford this. Even people from United States barely can afford it. So this scholarship also covers that if you cannot afford this scholarship, this tuition fee. So if you want to see where the Yale University is and what it looks like, basically, sorry, here it is. It's in New Haven, Connecticut. As you can see, it's here on the East Coast. So it would still be quite expensive to live in here. This is the university. I mean, again, I don't think there is anyone who would be looking for scholarships or information about studying abroad and don't know anything about Yale. So yeah, this is the university basically. The scholarship, you can come and click financial aid pages here under the eligibility criteria to get more information. Basically, all undergraduate financial aid at Yale University is awarded on the basis of financial need, with the goal of making a Yale education affordable to all students and families. So that's pretty much it. So this is not a loan. Some people think they're like, this is a student loan that you will have to pay later. That's not true. It's just like the university gives you that amount of money, and they have a really good table here. So basically, every family's financial situation is unique, but the table below can give you an idea of typical awards. The table shows median financial aid awards for families of students enrolled in the academic year we applied for financial aid. Basically, like for people whose family's annual income is less than $65,000, it covers about $84,000, and pretty much everyone from those people are qualified. And even if it increases, as you can see, it's 99%, 97%. Even around $200,000, it's about 83%, and greater than 250,000%, it's even like 1 in 2 people get this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. They give you the amount of money that you cannot cover, that you need for your education. That's it. Financial aid. We have a lot of financial aids in our database as well. We see one every week, because like right now applications are open for these scholarships. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
Just one thing to add is that Yale is like the admission policy at Yale is need blind for international students, which means that you're not at a disadvantage regardless of your financial situation. Like a counter example of that is that there are a lot of liberal arts colleges in the United States where your financial situation would definitely lead to a rejection. There are a lot of colleges with a minimum set family contribution, and if you don't meet that, they just cannot help it. They cannot give you any financial aid that would cover the rest. So for example, there are universities where the set estimated family contribution is, for example, $30,000, and if you don't have $30,000, you won't be admitted. If you do, maybe they would give you a scholarship to cover whatever is not covered by the $30,000, but you need that set minimum. For Yale, that wouldn't happen, regardless of how much money you have, and even if you have zero, that wouldn't hinder your chances of getting admitted to the university and getting scholarships.
Right. Yeah, a lot of universities, like a lot of financial aids we've seen in the recent weeks were from schools who are need aware. Basically, like, well, you apply for these when you apply for the school, and if you tell them, like, you have to tell them you need financial aid, you would be at a disadvantage. But Yale is, I guess, like the first one we've seen that is need blind right now in the last couple of months, I believe. So yeah, keep that in mind. Thank you very much, Eamon, for that. Now, I don't see any new questions on either side. So I'm going to move on to our third scholarship of the day. Again, guys, if you have any questions, they don't have to be about this scholarship, this school, this something, whatever. They could be about anything that is related to scholarships, that is related to studying abroad, just about your situation. You can just ask them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them for you. So this is free tuition at Saarland University in Germany. Basically, we have free tuitions. We see pretty much one every week of these. These are basically a lot of public universities in Germany do not charge tuition fees. So they give you tuition-free education. This is one of those. And as you can see, this is for bachelor's, master's, and PhD students. It's in Saarland University in Germany. It's full tuition, meaning it covers tuition fees because you don't pay tuition fees. Hang on, let me share the link. On both sides, All right, great. So there are no specific nationalities. There are no specific subjects. All subjects offered at the Saarland University are accepted. And as you can see, we have deadlines here. For bachelor's, January 15th. For master's, September the 1st. So basically, this covers your tuition. You don't pay tuition fees, but you do pay semester fees, something called semester fees. Basically, it's about 300 euros per semester. It's kind of the same amount for in every other school in Germany that don't charge tuition fees. You pay about 350 euros every semester, and that's it. And as you can see, full tuition scholarship covers full tuition fees for 4 years for bachelor's, 2 years for master's, and up to 6 years for doctorate. And there are no specific eligibility criteria. You just need to be an international bachelor's, master's, or PhD student or applicant or of Saarland University. Now, the university, it's a university in Germany, not an extremely high-ranking university like Yale's. Yale, as you can see, the population, it's not a very large school. We have one more scholarship as well. Let me actually see that. It's a partial tuition scholarship. Usually there aren't that many other scholarships in German universities because they already give you free education. So yeah, this is the school. You could get more information about the admission process, about deadlines and tuitions. As you can see, they're free. If you want to see where the university is, what it looks like. Basically, this it's a good university. Like especially in, I believe, technical programs. Like they have a great alumni with a lot of prize winners in Germany. I think also they have kind of like a diverse education. Like I believe the university is a cooperation between like Germany and France. So yeah, if you want to study in Germany, one thing to keep in mind, of course, about Germany is that even the education is free. You don't have to pay any tuition fees. Living in Germany can be expensive. It can be like, I don't know, 600, 700 to 1,000 euros. And if you want to study in places like Munich, Berlin, it can be quite high living expenses. So yeah, this is the university. Basically, not much to be said about this one. To be honest, you can click here to go to the university's page. Even there, they don't give you a lot of information because there's not that much information to give. You have your semester fee, as you can see. There are no tuition fees. That's it. If you're studying for a first degree or you're in consecutive master's degree program, there are no tuition fees, but you will need to pay the normal semester fee. Now, normally, a lot of German universities give you more information here, like how much you're gonna need for covering your financial expenses, or like what other financing options you have. This university does not have that, but like if you're interested in studying in Germany, you can look into other universities as well. Basically, what you can do is, hang on, let me see. Yeah, you can come here and see like scholarships in Germany. Basically, these are all the scholarships that we have in Germany. Most of them are free tuition. So, for example, you can go and look into any other university and free tuition at Technical University of Dortmund, for example. And basically, the same information you'll get, the information you will get about this one, as you can see, church financial support, external financial support options, students, like they normally give you quite a lot of information about how to finance your education too. So if you're interested in studying in Germany, I really highly advise you to look at other options as well, because a lot of them have free tuition. So other than that, that's it. It's just free tuition. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
Yeah, so this is just a typical public university at Germany, where tuition is free. You'd need to just pay like the symbolic fee each month as a contribution, but other than that, you don't need to pay any tuition. That doesn't mean that it's fully funded. You'd still need to cover your day-to-day expenses, There are scholarships for that, like the DAAD scholarship
Mhm.
that is offered by the German government. And that's a great option to just complement the free tuition. That way, you would say that you have a fully funded scholarship because there is no tuition, and then you get a monthly stipend in addition to other things. Um, yeah, so depending on where you are and what country you are, you need proof of funds. I think up to 10,000 euros in order to get a study visa because they need to make sure that you can afford living in Germany. So admission alone is not always enough. You need to prove that you can support yourself while you're studying there. And that's one thing to keep in mind.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you're interested, by the way, in DAAD scholarships, here we have our link here. You can get more information if you want to study in Germany. Just let me leave a link here. Right. Okay, so, all right, I don't see any other questions right now. All right, so now I'm going to move on to our next and the last scholarship of the day, which is graduate assistantships at University of Kentucky in the United States. So basically, this is for master's and PhD students. We pretty much every week see another graduate assistantships. They might be great opportunity. They might be a great opportunity for you if you want to study master's or PhD in the United States. So this is sorry. This is in University of Kentucky. Again, full tuition, but also it gives you more than that. Basically, depending on like how much you work. Basically, you are kind of employed by the university. You go to the university, work, like for part-time 10 hours every week, for full-time 20 hours every week, and like if you need even more, you can ask university to raise it up to like, I don't know, 28 hours a week. So it's full tuition, but it also can cover quite a lot more than that. So there are no specific nationalities with this one. Any subject in the university will do. And as you can see, the deadlines are here: September 15th, January 15th. So you get partial or full tuition, bi-weekly stipends, parental leave. Like as I said, this is kind of like being employed by the university, and you get student health insurance fees. So and there is some eligibility criteria: a graduate student with a minimum of 3.0 GPA, which is not extremely high, experience in teaching or has academic potential to teach, and able to present at least 18 graduate semester hours in teaching experience. So if you want to learn about the university, there isn't that much to be said about the university. If I'm being honest, it's not an extremely high ranking university. It's in Kentucky. Again, as you can see, about 30,000 students, in total 3 scholarships. You can see them here, partial funding, and this is full tuition. If you want to see where the university is, you can just go and look into that. I mean, it's in Kentucky. No big surprise. Here it is. This is where the university is. This is where Kentucky is, kind of closer to East Coast. You can just click here and go and look at the university. Basically, yeah, this is the university. So if you want to get more information about the scholarship, you can come and click here on graduate assistantship pages. Like graduate assistantships can have like a lot of detail, because basically it's kind of being employed, like being an employee at the university. So there are quite a lot of things to cover. So basically we have here workload, compensation, tuition, scholarships. So basically workload, you can work for 20 hours, 10 hours, but like you can push it more if the university lets you. And compensation, you can get an information about like find fiscal year 2025 baseline stipend here. You can just click here and see the PDF. So basically, if you work for about 20 hours per week, and as you can see, these are hourly, right? Yeah, these are hourly. So basically, let's say about, I don't know, $20 per hour, you can get about 400 every week, which will be about like $1,600 every month, which will be enough to cover your expenses in Kentucky. It's not a very expensive place. And then you can get tuition, as you can see, depending on the nature of their assignment and on recommendation of their academic or administrative unit. TAs and RAs may be eligible for tuition scholarships administered by the graduate school. So basically, it covers your tuition, it covers a stipend, which will be enough for you to live on, and then you get more employment benefits. Basically, you get like hang on, yeah, you get like parental leave, you get like insurance and etc. And health insurance can be extremely important in the United States because like medical bills can bankrupt you. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Graduate assistantships. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
I guess just a general reminder that for graduate assistantships, you don't get them before being admitted, but later on, you just apply for them as a job, as you ascertain so many times. So since they're job positions and not like your standard scholarships, you would get admitted to the university and then apply for these, which means that when you apply to the university and get accepted and decide to study in that country, you need to keep in mind that the assistantship is not part of the package of admission, but it's something that you could get or could not get, which means that you need to make sure that you can support yourself regardless of whether you get the assistantship. Just what I find weird is that this is listed as full tuition, but to me it just seems that like it's fully funded because there's a stipend, there's a full tuition, and other things like health insurance and paid leave, I guess, parental leave. So I'm not sure why it's the full tuition. Maybe it's just because it's the default on our back end, and sometimes people who do these scholarships forget to change it, but I guess I can just edit it myself.
One thing,
but other than yes,
one thing that I see is like here in tuition scholarships, the wording makes me feel like it won't certainly absolutely cover your full tuitions. So like there's a possibility that it will be less than full tuition, like it will cover less than your tuitions, or it will not cover your tuitions. I think maybe that's why it might be classified as full tuition and not full funding. I'm not sure about that, but you most certainly get the stipend. That's like I think that's something that is certain.
I have considered that, but in that case, it would be just partial funding, so it wouldn't even be full tuition. And our general rule is to list the highest possible award in the scholarship. So if it is possible to get a fully funded scholarship, for some students, we would list it as fully funded. So I think it was just a mistake. So even if we consider that it's either partial or full tuition, then we wouldn't even list it as full tuition if there is the option of not full tuition, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's just an oversight, because by default that field is full tuition on the back end.
All right. Okay, everyone, that was the last scholarship of the day. It was graduate assistantships at University of Kentucky. Now, if you have any other questions, you might ask them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to end our live stream here. I'm going to just give you a moment to type in your questions if you have any. Other than that, that's it for today. To remind you, every week on Fridays, we are here on both YouTube and Facebook. And every Thursday we are on TikTok at the same hour. Like if you're interested, you might come in and ask your questions. And thank you for being here today. If you are watching this on VOD, thank you very much for watching. And we have a lot of informative stuff about scholarships and studying abroad on our YouTube channel. You might want to check it out. You might want to check out our website, globalscholarships.com. Has a ton of information about how to study abroad, how to get scholarships, and etc. So we also have a newsletter. You might want to sign up for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm gonna see you next week at the same hour, same day. Ayman, thank you very much for joining me today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Okay, all right, everyone. Have a nice week and see you next Friday. Bye.